Mr. Latas.
You know, I don't understand anybody that can say they support free trade and fair trade because they don't mix. Free trade is trade that we do with, like, China, a country that has no civil liberties. How in the world can we trade with a country that doesn't recognize the dignity of the human? I believe in fair trade with free nations. Now, when we talk about that, we have to take a look at the globalization that we're witnessing right now. We need to take a look at it close because it's draining the economy of this country right now. We see our economy on decline because our American dollars from that wealthy few who own about 30% of our wealth invest that money into China and India and not in our own country. Now, when it comes to a North American Union, I'd like to see that expanded into a Western Hemisphere Union. I think we need to take care of our Western Hemisphere before we start looking at globalization. Right now, our immigrant problem that we're seeing in this country stems from economies in the Western Hemisphere that can't support the populations. If we actually develop the economy of the Western Hemisphere, we would see our entire society actually develop in this hemisphere. It would solve our immigration problem because everybody would have an opportunity to have work and make a living in their own country. NAFTA devastates this concept. NAFTA is for the rich. It is for the corporations, and it is for the wealthy few who control our wealth. We need to take that back into our own hands now and have real trade that supports society and not just a few. For one day of cost of this Iraq occupation, we could have fixed the levees in New Orleans. Just one day's work. So we could have fixed this problem years ago if we would have had more people in Congress that had a technical understanding of what these problems actually cause. A year before New Orleans flooded, a study was presented to Congress saying for $250 million we can fix this problem. We can fix it by making the levees withstand a Category 3 or 4 or 5 level hurricane, but instead this Congress decided to pass a bill that supported the bridges to nowhere up in Alaska. We need people actually to go to Congress and know what this is about. Now, when it comes to rebuilding New Orleans, you bet, we need to take care of those people that we've neglected. $110 billion is a big tab. If you own a second home on the coastline, which most people do, then you better be willing to pay the insurance coverage because I'm not willing to pay it for you. Have you been to Washington? I've lived in Washington. I've worked with Congress. I've been in the Pentagon. I've had vast experience when it comes to national security. When it comes to a country that is technically advanced in a world that's in a dangerous situation, there's only a few people that have the right leadership to actually lead this country in the right direction. Once again, I'll stretch. You can have status quo or you can have a new change. You can elect a real citizen to your Congress, somebody who really cares about you, who wants to take the power out of the hands of these corrupt corporations who feed their congressmen money for their campaign financing. Once again, it's your choice. Now, I am an engineer. I have the technical expertise to know how to lead this country and end our dependency on oil. Very few people in Congress actually have that. I've fought in the Middle East. My son has fought in the Middle East. I know what the Middle East is about right now, and I know it's a debacle. I know that this country was misled and lied to on the invasion of Iraq. I know how to get these troops out of Iraq right now in the most safe and efficient manner. I know what steps we need to take to secure our country when it comes to, which is the battle cry that the Republicans are going to use this coming November. My son has had serious cases of illnesses with leukemia twice. He's had a bone marrow transplant, a stem cell transplant. When it comes to healthcare issues, there's very, very few people that were fathers of somebody that critically ill. We have to stand together. We have to take back our country. I ask you all to vote for me. If you don't have one of my DVDs, we have some out there. I'm asking for your vote and your support now. I think it's very important that this country find the right leadership to get out of the mess that we're currently in. Thank you.